This is Larry Jordan. I've been using SmartSound since 1997, and while it has a lot of very cool features, the one feature that keeps me coming back time after time after time is the ability to create custom music of any length with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Let's start with Quick Tracks. This is their website, smartsound.com/QT. While we have a wide variety of searches available across the entire library of SmartSound music, I want to look at the music I've already purchased and see if I can create something new. I've logged into my account and I click Show My Music. This is the music that I've purchased from SmartSound. This is a list of all the different albums that I've got. And as you scroll down, we can see that there's a lot of different music to choose from. In fact, there's more than 3,000 cuts of music inside the SmartSound library, which can be configured into 20 million different configurations. Let's just pick something here. Oh, I like this one, Apocalypse in D minor. If I listen to it, clearly not a simple set of keyboards. This is some serious music with some serious texture, orchestral, dramatic, except it's the wrong length. Let's see what we can do here with the Quick Tracks. Let's click Customize. And what I'm able to do is to specify the time that I want. Well, I don't want this in a 10 or 15 or 30-second block. I've got an 18-second hole that I need to fill. It's exactly the amount of time that I've got, not 15, not 30, and I don't want to cut it. I want to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Well, look what happens. There's 4 different variations. Listen to the beginning of each one of these. Let's start with Danger. Let's try another variation. Let's try Epic. Except maybe that's a bit too heavy. Let's try Reckoning, and rather than have the entire full orchestra, I just want to do the drums. We can change the mood, the actual instrumentation inside the piece, and yet it's still a custom length. Much more ominous, but I've got my 18-second length. Let's go back and hear the entire full piece. Remember, this is a custom length of a piece of music that now has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Listen. And when we're ready, we can now export it in MP3 or WAV or OGG or AIF format, whatever works with your particular editing software. Click Download, and you're done. Now, the cool thing about Quick Tracks is, 1, it's available on the web. 2, it's got 2.5 bajillion different song combinations. 3, you can make music of any arbitrary length, but there is a limitation, and the limitation is it can only create up to 4 minutes of music at a time. When we want more, we need to switch to Sonic Fire Pro. This is Express Track, and it's part of Sonic Fire Pro 5. When you start Sonic Fire, this is the screen you see. You can listen to every possible piece of music that SmartSound has ever created, or you can just listen to the ones that you own. I'm working with the SmartSound Network Music Library, which gives me access across all of my edit stations to the SmartSound Music Library. And here's where it gets really exciting. Let's take a look at something that really talks to the filmmaker. I want something mysterious that's kind of ethereal. I don't want it too intense. Look at all the choices we've got here. Well, let's take a look at one called an expose. And if I listen to it, I have all these different variations. Let's pick Concern and play it. Except, wait a minute, hold it, timeout, stop. I said I needed a piece of music that wasn't 30 seconds long. Dial in the length you want. I'm going to say 18 seconds. 2 things happen. Look up here. See where that waveform is? This shows me the ring out, the waveform at the end of the piece. This says the music is going to end about 13 seconds in, and the ring out is going to extend for about 4 seconds. Sometimes you want a long ring out. Sometimes you want that puppy to just chop. This gives me the ability to see what the end of the music is like. Let's try Evidence. Look at the difference in the ring out. Listen to the difference in the music. Clearly related, and yet clearly two separate pieces of music. Well, let's try our 32-second version. Now I've got even more choices of musical variations on this same theme. But watch what happens when we change the mood. Is that cool or what? Let's do one more thing. Let's set this to 14 seconds and we'll just play it. Notice that I'm not having to slice and dice here. I don't have to edit the music myself. You are watching this in real time. As fast as I dial in the numbers and hit the play button, in that split nanosecond, the music gets recomposed. Now, if I want to get this out to Avid or Final Cut or Premiere, you just go up to File and export it. And it exports it as a stereo pair that you can pull into any video editing system, audio editing system. But watch what happens when I drop this into the Sonic Fire Pro timeline. There is my music. When I hit the home key, but here it gets really sexy. Watch this. I'm going to just simply copy this to the clipboard, put the playhead where I want it to go, paste it. I've now created a different clip. I want it to be a different length. Grab the end, drag it out. That quickly, it's rebuilt the music. And I didn't do any cutting, I didn't do any blending, I didn't add any fades. The music has been recomposed off that central theme. All I did is I dropped it to the timeline and stretched it to whatever length I want. I've got additional tutorials in here that talk about timing control, talk about changing the musical instruments, talk about editing it and mixing it in the timeline, adding hits and stingers. I mean, what we can do with this software is just amazing, but the core of it is the ability to take any piece of music from the SmartSound library and make it any length we want, with a beginning, a middle, and an end, using the power of SmartSound.